when the Minnesota Vikings will be on the clock in the first round of the National Football League draft in April. Conventional thinking, O-line, D-line, just build the trenches, right? Because you can't have a sandwich without that meat. Arby's, we got the meat, right? And I agree. Or, maybe one of the big four quarterbacks falls down. I don't know. But what if I told you that if the Vikings went a different direction and potentially added a dynamic playmaker and one DeVonta Smith from the University of Alabama, tied, right? And I know, why do you need another wide receiver? We're a run first team, Before those comments, let us present our case to the people. So let's talk about the should-be Heisman winner today. So DeVonta Smith, 6'1", a $175 senior, former five-star recruit from Amite, Louisiana, which is 20 minutes from Baton Rouge. And LSU was in on him hard, like Coach O and company, like they were giving the hard sell. Plus, could you imagine DeVonta Smith, Justin Jefferson, Terrence Marshall, and Jamar Chase? It's almost as crazy as DeVonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, Jerry Jeudy, and Henry Ruggs III. I don't know. It's kind of crazy, right? But I chose Bama over everyone. 2017, as a true freshman, he caught the game-winning touchdown from Tua in the national title game against Georgia. True freshman to true freshman. So, I mean, that's one way to start a college football career, right? And then he was sort of the wide receiver 3, 4, 5 behind the aforementioned Jeudy and Ruggs and Waddle, etc. And also teammates with Irv back in the day. Breakout season 2019 as a junior, 68 catches, 1,256 yards receiving, 14 touchdowns. First team all SEC. And frankly, could have declared, probably would have been in the early day 2 conversation in a deep 2020 wide receiver class. I think he probably would have gone ahead of Hamler, maybe Claypool, somewhere in that area, but I decided to run it back in Tuscaloosa and absolutely went off this year. 105 receptions, 1,641 yards receiving, 20 touchdowns, as well as 7 for $130 and 3 against Notre Dame in the college football playoff on Friday. Rose Bowl MVP. It's so weird that the Rose Bowl is in Texas this year, but but also his rise coincided with Mac Jones being seen as a legit NFL quarterback prospect. Plus, I mean, it's really unfortunate because his guy Jalen Waddle breaking his ankle against Tennessee on that return. It's unfortunate, but it really did open things up for Six to have a kaboom season. He's also the SEC all-time leader in receiving touchdowns with 40 plus. So awesome. Was named Associated Press Player of the Year. He's the first wide receiver to ever win that award since its inception in 1998. And also Tuesday should be the Heisman Trophy winner. Like, I understand Kyle Trask and Mac Jones had themselves a nice season, but DeVonta Smith did absolutely bat bleep insane stuff. And it is so hard for a wide receiver to win a Heisman. But I think DeVonta Smith, he did enough, right? I like Mac Jones, but number 6 made that offense go. Number 10, so pros, DeVonta Smith. Route running, absolutely clean as a whistle. I think he's probably one of the higher end wide receivers in terms of getting separation at the stem. I mean, that's where the Marvin Harrison comparisons come from. Besides, him being slight of frame, run after catch. He is on the level of Justin Jefferson and Brandon Ayuk in terms of after the catch, it turns into a punt return. Watch out. I mean, that's where all of his damage is done. Make a miss. Absolutely phenomenal field position. Will put his foot in the dirt, make a guy miss, and just get yards after catch. Position flexibility. So he played all over. At the X, at the Z, at the slot, and he really is a mismatch because he's got the full playbook, hence why it's hard to game plan against him in Alabama. Like, do you shadow him? Well, good luck with that. Or do you have your corners in standardized position, and then Bama and Sarkisian can just put DeVonta Smith in the best spot, right? It's tough. Plus, you got the return value. Has 9 punt returns for 219 yards and a touchdown this season, as well as a high-end kick returner as well. Plus, hands and high point. So big hands, like vice grip. I think that he'll test maybe in like the 85th, 90th percentile in terms of hand size at the combine. And frankly, if you add 15 more pounds on him, I think that he'd look a lot like OBJ, just in terms of style as well, minus the craziness, but cons. So size could ultimately cost him in the draft. But, I mean, he's 6'1", a $175. Yes, he is wiry. But remember, Stephon Diggs coming in was 6 foot, a $191. And he's done pretty okay with that. And also, everyone assumes that DeVonta is going to be injury prone in the league just because, he's thin. He's thin. You can't take a hit. But he's only missed one game in college due to injury. That was a knee injury back in 2018. And it's not like they play two-man touch in the SEC West. I mean, come on. And also with rules for contact being more and more strict, I mean, it's tailor-made for DeVonta to do big things. And also, his size could have him drop out of the top 10, hence why the Vikings may potentially have a shot, because wide receiver needy teams like 6'1", 200+ pound Jamar Chase is going to be more traditional, right? Or 6'3", 200-pound Terrence Marshall, who blew up this year with Jefferson gone and Chase opting out. Or Rashad Bateman's 6'1", 210 pounds. So more safer, traditional options at wide receiver if they want to go that route. But they don't have his first step. They don't have DeVonta's first step. Like, he looks like Allen Iverson out there. He can't be guarded. And I can't wait to see what he does against Ohio State. That's going to be a really fun game. The question is, why would the Vikings want another wide receiver? But Kubiak and Zimmer are a run-first offense, blah, blah, blah. Why do they need him with Jefferson and Thielen? Well, Thielen turns 31 in August, and, plus he does add a ton of value in the return games right away. So he could serve as wide receiver 3, which has a ton of value to begin with, as well as a weapon returning punts and kicks. And remember, in training camp, when Kubiak was saying, well, my top 4 wide receivers are essentially starters, that turned out to be bull bleep. But could that be more because of Chad Beebe or Olabisi Johnson? I don't know, right? But also, who would you rather have as wide receiver 3? DeVonta Smith or Chad Beebe? Question, right? And also, if you just plop them in there, it's not like they're not going to change the offense. Like, well, we're just going to be a run-first team, even though we have Justin Jefferson and DeVonta Smith and Adam Thielen. All he does is catch touchdowns. Yeah. Now, I'm just smart enough to realize, hey, look at all this amazing talent we have here. Kirk Cousins, if we can protect him, if we add another piece on the offensive line, maybe we throw all the money at Joe Thuney. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we'll have to change our stripes as opposed to run, incomplete punt, right? And easily they would be the best wide receiver in the NFL. And then eventually Jefferson and DeVonta, 2 Louisiana guys, best wide receiver duo in the NFL. Woo! I mean, come on, son. Let's go. Now, this could all be a moot point. I mean, hell, he may be taken 3rd overall. And that's not hyperbolic, like, depending who ends up there. Because could you see the Dolphins just, like, trying to get him back together with Tua? It's like, oh, here you go. Number 3 overall. Or the Lions, obviously the Eagles could be in on wide receiver help as well. Maybe even teams like the Falcons, like if they're done with Julio, they want to pair him up with Calvin Ridley. So, I mean, he could be plucked. I think that a GM would have to be forward thinking and just ignore the normal conventions of, this guy's like 12 pounds and just go, yeah. But basically, it's really only DeVonta or Jamar that I would consider in the top end of the teens where the Vikings are going to be drafting. Like, Terrence Marshall, Bateman, but yet I dream. And yes, if they're not available, O-line, D-line, no matter what, quarterback TBD if one of the top 4 falls. But, I mean, free your mind. A lot of weird stuff happens on draft day, and maybe there is a run on offensive linemen. Maybe there is a run on edge, and all of a sudden, DeVonta Smith, Heisman Trophy winner, just because he weighs 6 pounds. It's like, oh, 6-pound baby Jesus. Oh, come on. Oh, baby. God. I mean, come on, man. Let's go. But your thoughts. DeVonta Smith, Vikings, ? Not as crazy as it sounds. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Post on the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.